6:15. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here's the news edited by Dulmin Samarasinga and read by Ramesh Peris. First, the headlines. The President pledges to create children with skills according to Vistas of Prosperity Policy statement. The Prime Minister says the government is gradually providing solutions to the problems faced by the people. A project launched to provide clean drinking water to all Sri Lankans by 2025. The Colombo District Court rejects former President's request to discharge him from allegations in connection with Easter Sunday attacks. A 16-hour water cut will be imposed in several areas of Colombo District from 8 a.m. tomorrow. In news overseas, troops ordered to fire without warning in Kazakhstan. In sports, it's tennis. Australia investigates visas of tennis players. Now the local news in detail. The inauguration of establishing 1,000 national schools under Vistas of Prosperity Policy statement commenced today at Monaragala Seyamalanduwa National Schools under the patronage of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. 9 national schools will be set up at 9 provinces and 1,000 schools island-wide will be made national schools. 10,000 students were enrolled at universities during the past 2 years. The government made arrangements to enroll 10,000 students annually at open universities, higher education institutes under the private sector and for external study programs. The program was implemented to provide jobs for youth after higher education. The President said that a child with skills will be created according to the education system of the Vistas of Prosperity Policy statement. He said that all students will be provided with information technology knowledge in future. The President emphasized all parliamentarians should work together for the forward march of the country, and it is the duty of the opposition to support decisions taken for the benefit of the people. Meanwhile, Minister Dinesh Gunawardena said that establishing 1,000 national schools is a milestone of the education sector in the country. He pointed out that President Gotabaya Rajapaksa paid special attention on the problems of rural communities even before he assumed duties in the post. A special attention was paid on the education sector. Accordingly, the minister said the government was able to implement the 1,000 national schools program. The Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa says that the government is taking measures to remove various pressures on the people. A drinking water project has been launched to provide clean drinking water to everyone by 2025. The Prime Minister pointed out the government has taken steps to provide relief to the people amid a global economic crisis due to the corona pandemic. The Prime Minister mentioned this while attending a function today at Kurunegala Mawatagama Divisional Secretariat Auditorium. The project will take water to Mawatagama through Galagedara after purifying at Katugastata Water Purification Plant. It will benefit Mawatagama and 28 Grama Seva divisions which have been affected due to lack of clean drinking water for decades. 3,126 million rupees will be spent on the project. The Colombo District Court today rejected a request by former President Maithripala Sirisena to release him from charges against the Easter Sunday attacks. The relatives of those who died, injured and disabled in the Easter Sunday attacks have filed the case against the former president. Appearing for the former president, President's counsel Faisal Mustafa said that the case has been filed without a reason. He said the former president was not in his office when the case was filed. Appearing on behalf of the victims, President's counsel Shamil Pereira said that the request made on behalf of former President Sirisena was against the Code of Civil Cases procedure. 128 cases have been filed at the Colombo District Court in connection with the incident. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Sri Lanka Insurance Motor Plus, the best option.
The National Water Supply and Drainage Board says a 16-hour water cut will be imposed in several areas in Colombo from 8 a.m. tomorrow. Accordingly, the water supply to Colombo, Dehiwala, Mount Lavinia, Kotte and Kadwala Municipal Council areas, Maharagama, Boralasgama and Kolonava Urban Council areas, Kotikawata and Mulleriava Pradesha Sabha areas and Ratmalana will be affected. The water board has requested the public to call the hotline 1939 for further information. The community health specialist of National Dengue Eradication Unit consultant Dr. Shilanti Senaviratna says more than 35,000 dengue patients have been reported up to now since January last year. 1,768 dengue patients have been recorded so far this month. 26 have died due to dengue so far. The decrease in spreading fast in 15 districts with the rainy weather condition. Dengue eradication programs are being implemented in those 15 districts until the 10th of this month. Dr. Senaviratna requested the public to keep their environments clean and to destroy mosquito breeding places. Mr. Sunala Gunawardena has been appointed as the new chairman of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. Earlier, he was the chairman of the National Library and Documentation Services Board. 55 motorcycles and 10 cabs were given to be used by wildlife officials under the patronage of Minister C.B. Ratnayaka today. A special committee has been recommended regional and range officers that they need transport facilities. 23 million rupees have been spent to purchase the motorcycles. Traffic movement near Kurana railway station will be suspended from 8 a.m. tomorrow to 8 p.m. on Sunday due to road maintenance work on the railway crossing. The Railway Department has requested the public to use alternative routes during that time. And that concludes local news.
In 200 meters, turn left.
This is not just my daily commute. I drive to power my nation's future.
Sri Lanka Insurance Motor Plus introduces specialized motor insurance for you to drive our nation forward. Choose tailor-made insurance solutions, up to 75,000 rupees claim settlements within 3 working hours, exclusive discounts through Motor Plus loyalty rewards, easy and 0% interest payment plans.
Only from Sri Lanka Insurance.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
According to Johns Hopkins University, the global coronavirus cases has passed 300 million, while deaths have surged to more than 5.47 million and vaccinations to over 9.33 billion. In its latest update today, the university revealed that the current global caseload and the death toll stood at 300,095,481 and 5,472,039, respectively. The US continues to be the worst-hit country with the world's highest number of cases and deaths at 58,487,665 and 833,987. The second worst-hit country is India with 35,109,286 infections and 482,876, followed by Brazil with 22,328,252 infections and 619,654 deaths. And that was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
And in Watchlight this evening, the Department of Examination says applications for the selection of marking examiners for Advanced Level Exam 2021 are called online. The Commissioner General of Examinations, LMD Dharmasena, said applications will be accepted until January 20th. Applications can be submitted through the Examinations Department's official website, www.doenats.lk, or through its mobile application by using the National Identity Card number. And that came to you in Watchlight.
Coming up, World News.
Moving on to a bulletin of world news. First, the headlines. Troops ordered to fire without warning in Kazakhstan. Hong Kong quarantines all guests of scandal-hit birthday party. The passengers on Italy-India flight escape quarantine. And now the world news in detail. Kazakhstan's authoritarian leader says he has ordered security forces to fire without warning amid a violent crackdown on anti-government protests. President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev also said 20,000 bandits had attacked the main city of Almaty, the epicenter of protests sparked by a fuel price hike. He has blamed foreign-trained terrorists without giving evidence. The Interior Ministry says 26 armed criminals and 18 security officers have been killed so far in the unrest. At least 100 people in Hong Kong, including top government officials, have been sent into quarantine after they were found to have attended a large birthday party. Leader Carrie Lam has said she was disappointed to hear about the event that involved the city's elite. Parties like these were not illegal at the time, though the government warned against them and issued specific rules. Hong Kong imposed strict new COVID restrictions this week. At least 13 passengers who tested positive for COVID-19 upon their arrival in the Indian city of Amritsar have escaped institutional quarantine. They were among 125 infected passengers on a chartered flight from Milan, which landed on Wednesday afternoon. While 9 of them escaped from the airport, 4 others had run away from a local hospital. Police said they would file complaints against all of them. To end this bulletin of world news, headlines once again. Troops ordered to fire without warning in Kazakhstan. Hong Kong quarantines all guests of scandal-hit birthday party. The passengers on Italy-India flight escape quarantine. And that concludes the bulletin of world news.
Development News is brought to you by Let's take all out of the coconut tree and make the island thriving and prosperous. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
The second phase of the Central Expressway from Meergama to Kurunegala will be opened on January 15th, enabling the public to travel nearly 40.91 kilometers between the two towns in just 25 minutes. The stretch comprises 4 lanes and 5 interchanges in Meergama, Nakalagamua, Dambuka, Kurunegala and Yagapitia. Interchanges with automatic charge counters have also been set up in Meergama, Nakalagamua, Dambuka and Kurunegala. And that ends Development News.
Development News was brought to you by the coconut tree is well grown in almost all the parts of the island. It is an exceptional source of extra income. The shell, the husk and almost all the parts of the coconut tree makes you money, providing you with an excellent extra source of income. It will also help to nourish the economy of the country. You will be guided with all necessary informations regarding the coconut cultivation, with the novel cultivation techniques and all other related and upgraded informations by the Coconut Research Institute, Lunavilla. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
Moving on to sports news, it's tennis. Australia has said it is investigating the visas of other foreign tennis players after detaining Novak Djokovic in a chaotic row over vaccine rules. The men's world number 1 remains in immigration detention in Melbourne and is facing deportation after his entry to the country was denied on Wednesday. He has launched an urgent court challenge to be heard on Monday, a week before the Australian Open begins. Now more uncertainty surrounds the tournament schedule. In cricket news, Johnny Bairstow scored a gusty century as England's batters finally showed some fight against Australia on day 3 of the 4th Ashes Test in Sydney. Bairstow's well-crafted unbeaten 103 and his 128-run stand with Ben Stokes rescued England after they slipped to 36 for 4. Stokes, visibly struggling with a left-side injury, made 66, while Mark Wood clubbed an entertaining 39 from 41 balls in a 72-run stand with Bairstow. Scott Boland took 2 for 25 as England closed on 258 for the loss of 7 wickets, trailing by 158 runs. And that's sports news.
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Kutmale Dairy Products and Cargill's Quality Dairies have become the first dairy companies in Sri Lanka to complete carbon footprint verification. The verifications are conducted by the Sri Lanka Climate Fund under the purview of the Ministry of Environment. Both companies undertook a voluntary assessment of their carbon footprint. They have successfully completed greenhouse gas emissions assessment for the year 2020. And that's Business News.
Business News, sponsored by
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Economic News.
courtesy of...
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
The Plantations Ministry said in a bid to cater to the increased demand for coconut-related products, plans are afoot to establish a new coconut export zone in Hambantota. Plantation Minister Ramesh Patirana said that a new coconut export zone will be set up in close proximity to the Hambantota port. The minister said based on current data, coconut and allied products will soon become the leading export crop of the country. And that's economic news.
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
The weather report.
And finally, moving on to the weather report, the Met Department says several spells of showers will occur in the northern, north-central, eastern and Uva provinces and in Matale and Nuwara districts. Showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in the western and Sabaragamuwa provinces and in Gola and Matara districts during the evening or night. The general public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightning during thunder showers. And that was the weather report. And to end this news broadcast, a recap of the main news headlines. The President pledges to create children with skills according to Vistas of Prosperity policy statement. The Prime Minister says the government is gradually providing solutions to the problems faced by the people. A project launched to provide clean drinking water to all Sri Lankans by 2025. The Colombo District Court rejects former President's request to discharge him from allegations in connection with Easter Sunday attacks. A 16-hour water cut will be imposed in several areas of the Colombo District from 8 a.m. tomorrow. In news overseas, troops ordered to fire without warning in Kazakhstan. And in sports, it's tennis. Australia investigates visas of tennis players. And that concludes this news broadcast from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.